Hey family, this is Paula G and this is Fit at 60 and Beyond. You don't have to be 60 or beyond. We just challenge you to be fit. And today I want to share with you just a brief word on thinking through the journey. Thinking through the journey. We are in such a microwave society today. Everything is just instant. Everything is automatic. We have to do things instantly. We have to do things automatically. Waiting is like eternity for some. I challenge you today, as you go through your life and as you're going and making decisions and choices, to really take time to think. Allow yourself to think through decisions. Allow yourself to process whatever it is or whatever it is that the decision is that you have to make. Allow yourself to process the information in order to make the right decision. We've always heard hindsight is 2020, right? We've heard that. Hindsight is 2020. We all have probably had the experience of making a decision that hindsight, we sitting back later on, we're like, ooh, okay, I didn't think that through. Or the outcome, ooh, that wasn't necessarily a good outcome because now it's affected me in a way that I really didn't think about because I didn't think it through. Or it's affected others in a way that I didn't think about because I didn't think it through. Allowing ourselves to think things through, allowing ourselves to gather all the information that we can, because sometimes we make decisions, we've got these blinders right here, and we're just looking at what's in front of us, and we're making a decision based on what's in front of us and our emotion at the moment. And then later, when we've maybe kind of calmed down a bit, relaxed, what have you, we've had a moment to breathe, we're like, oh my gosh, what did I do, right? Got to take a moment and breathe. Take a moment and count to 10 and think about a decision rather than making a quick decision, especially if we're angry. Taking a moment and counting to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know that drove some of you crazy, didn't it? It's like, what is she doing? What's taking her so long? I know it did, but I just wanted to do that just to show you that when it comes to making decisions, y'all, we got to slow down. We got to think about these things. We have to look at all of our options. Sometimes you might have to do some research and look at all of your choices and all of your options instead of right here. Because sometimes if we're looking right here, there may be an option or a choice over here that can solve the whole problem. But we're looking right here and we're looking at an instant fix. I was watching the other day the movie with Samuel Jackson, Coach Carter. And it was a point of the movie where he had locked the gym because he had done a contract with the basketball team, and part of the contract was they were supposed to keep their grades up, and they all had signed this contract. Well, they didn't keep their grades up, so he locked the gym, he canceled games, and he did not allow the team to play. And the school, the whole town just were in an uproar. You're not letting these boys play ball. You're not letting these boys play ball. You're ruining their lives. And what he was trying to teach was some values, some morals, in that when you make a decision, when you make a choice, they made a decision to sign that contract, they made a choice to sign that contract, you automatically inherit the consequences, be they positive or negative, known or unknown, of that decision, of that choice. So their decision to sign that contract, their decision to agree to, we're going to keep our grades up, was a choice that they made. But at the moment of signing that contract, they probably didn't think it through. They probably didn't sit down and think, okay, what does this mean? This means that I actually have to go to class. This means that I study. Where they may not have had it, it didn't seem like they had a history of going to class or studying. They played ball. I guess the teachers, allowed them to play. Not quite sure that whole dynamic, but they were still able to play ball even though their grades were not good. Coach Carter comes in, he says, no, you made a decision, you signed this contract. Now, whether or not they thought it through, you signed the contract. I'm upholding you to this contract. I'm upholding you. And there are layers of lessons in that movie. And I might come back at a later date and do just a little piece on that, because there are layers of lessons in that movie. But the thing was that Samuel Jackson himself had to make a decision. He had to make a decision. Am I going to buckle under all of this pressure, or am I going to stand firm on the decision that I'm making? He had to think that through. He had to think that through, the pros and cons. And there were probably moments when he thought, what am I doing? I'm a one-man team, standing here, standing up for what I believe in, trying to teach these boys some values, trying to teach these boys that, while sports is good, it's your education that's important, trying to teach them that you've got to be a man of your word. If you sign a contract, you've got to live up to that contract. All of the multitudes of lessons in that. But the one that I just wanted to focus on today was just thinking through, making decisions. He had to think that through as to what direction he was going to go in, whether he was going to cave under all the pressure and just let the boys play, or whether he was going to stand his ground. And even the boys themselves, throughout the movie, they began to think about that. They began to process what all of that meant. And at the point that I had to stop watching it, one of the players, there were situations and circumstances that occurred where one of the players kind of came back to the fold. He said, you know what, I'll do whatever you need me to do. Thought about this. I'll study, I'll go to class, I'll do the things that I need to do. And a lot of times when we make decisions and we're not happy with the outcome, it's because we have not thought through the whole process, the pros and the cons. So take some time, count to 10. I know it seems like an eternity. Take some time, count to 10. Think through whatever it is, that decision that you have to make. Look at the long-term effect. Process that and make the right choice, make the right decision. This is Fit at 60 and Beyond, where you don't have to be 60 or beyond. We just challenge you to be fit, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Make sure that you go to our YouTube channel. You can subscribe to Paula G Voice. YouTube, there are a variety of playlists there. Fit at 60 and Beyond, the Paula G Show. My fitness journey, I've got some videos from that as well, and I include those in these messages with you as well. Some SRN live remotes, so you can kind of just peruse around. Let me know what you think. You can email me, Paula at paulagvoice.com, and let me know your thoughts. Until next time, Fit at 60 and Beyond. You don't have to be 60 or beyond. We challenge you to be fit, mind, body, soul, and spirit. All right, everyone. We're going to do some exercises for our back today. And I have this band. It snapped in half, actually. It's supposed to be this long. It snapped in half. I guess I was pulling it too hard. Had my Cheerios this morning. So we're going to improvise. As in life, anything, you got an obstacle, you got to figure it out, overcome it, improvise it, and keep it moving, okay? So we'll take the bands, and this one has quite a bit of tension, so it's for me, it's a challenge. So being able to pull all the way back is a challenge for this particular band, and I'm out of breath because I just did squats. But for this particular band, the tension of it, all right? So I'll go from the side so you can kind of see. So you're standing up straight, stomach in, shoulders back, feet about shoulder width apart. And please, always before you do any of these, just consult with your doctor, physician, just to make sure that exercising at this time is good for you? Well, it's good at any time, but what type of exercises, or if you have to modify due to any illnesses or anything. Okay? So we come out with our arms like so, and pull back, trying to keep your elbows straight, maybe slightly bent. I can feel that all the way across my shoulder blades. That's 4, that's 5, 6, oh, and we snapped again. And this is an older band, so it could be getting a little weak. All right, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I can really feel that in between the shoulders, and 10. All right, so even though we had a little apparatus function here, we still got our 10 in. We'll do about 3 sets of those. And then I like to, when I'm working, I like to always work the opposite muscle. So if I'm working my back, what's opposite my back is my chest. Now this might be a little tight, it's a little close, so it might be a little challenging with the chest, but you want to bring it around behind you and pull in, because you're working those chest muscles, like so. Y'all see that? Okay. Or you could do push-ups. You don't see me? Here you go. Okay. Or you can do push-ups. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? The idea is to work those chest muscles. So whether it's push-ups, whether it's you're flat on the ground or floor, or whether you have your knees bent, whether you're using a band, you know, like so, whether you're using the band, whichever way you're using it, the idea is to work the chest muscles. Same thing with the back. You're working the back muscles. You're pulling back. You pull back, you're contracting those muscles. Pull forward, you're contracting these muscles. So anytime you're doing exercise, if you're doing your bicep, you want to do your tricep. If you're doing your quad, then you want to do your hamstring, okay? Your abductor muscle, all right? So whatever you do, if your time is limited, whatever exercises that you're doing, make sure you're doing them. Well, I don't say make sure, because people, you know, exercise different ways, but just be aware of, be conscious of your balance, okay? Front, back, inner, outer, whatever it is. And then also, of course, your, you know, ab muscles. You can do those, whether it's a full sit-up, a partial sit-up, because the idea really is just contracting these muscles. You could just sit just like this and just contract, because you're just contracting these muscles right here. If you want to bring a knee up, you can. You know, if you want to go down and do a full sit-up, your legs, whatever, you know, however you, whatever works for you, you can do those. So I hope that helps you. Stay healthy, stay safe as we navigate this season. It is so challenging, so difficult. There's so many things going on that can distract us, that can depress us, that can cause anxiety, that can cause stress. All the more reason for you to get up, get out every day if you can, wherever it is that you are, wherever you can. Get up, get out, walk, get some exercise in to release some of that stress, release some of that tension. Listen to the birds. They're chirping every single morning. This whole thing has started. When I wake up in the morning, they're still chirping. So, you know, hold on to those little things. Focus on keeping yourself healthy, keeping yourself safe, holistically, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Fit at 60 and beyond. You don't have to be 60 or beyond, but we're challenging you to stay